Well, Don, a lot made of Richmond's relentless pressure and their ability to do it over 4 quarters. How hard is it? Just tell us how hard it is to match.
Oh, look, they were very good tonight. Their credit, I thought we started the game in pretty good fashion, but their ability to sustain that over 4 quarters is first rate, and that's why they sit on top of the ladder.
Tonight puts you obviously in a difficult finals position. Do you still think you can make it? How important is next?
Yeah, look, next Thursday becomes another big game for us. We always knew coming out of the bye in the position we were in that we had to play some really strong footy against good opponents, and another test Thursday night against Geelong.
Given the injury situation, are you mindful of the fact that at the moment it's going to take a lot of these top performers a little while longer to come on, or were you disappointed by some of the individual performances tonight?
Oh, look, I think at the end of it, there'd be a number of guys that wouldn't be happy with how they played tonight. The guys who are coming back from injury, it's expected that they're going to take a little bit of time just to find their feet. That's, this game just takes a little bit of time to pick up the speed again. The senior guys do it a lot quicker. Younger guys take a bit more time, but we've always been aware that bringing guys back in, the magnets look good, but they've got to be in a spot where they're ready to play and play their role and then perform really well, which that'll evolve as they get more games under their belt.
Don, as a repeat question, the one from yesterday, but
yeah.
The scoring is difficult. And that's your record low score against Richmond. So, is it still about the opposition, or is it much more about you now?
Combination, I think. I think some of our ball movement tonight wasn't as crisp as we would have liked. We probably made some pretty uncharacteristic errors, I thought, by foot, and even some of our options. We sort of went wide when we maybe had chances to stay inside the corridor. So that's something we'll review and we'll keep working on. And there's that synergy I was talking about yesterday. Is how he looks ahead of the ball and guys actually presenting into the right spaces, and that's probably a little bit of a missing link at the moment.
Is it both components? The midfielders and the forwards seem to be out of sync now. Whereas
I think overall it's across the team. I mean, if we look at our ball movement and our back half, there's options where we could go forward. If we go lateral, then we lose a bit of power in our ball movement. Versus if we go forward and we can take field position and connect, which I thought we did well a couple of times tonight, but just not consistently enough. And that's what really allows us to. There's a couple of opportunities even at the end there in the last quarter. I think we had more inside 50s, but they were just far more efficient going forward than we were. So we'll keep looking at that. We'll keep working on it. We had a number of new players ahead of the ball tonight, which again, from a synergy viewpoint, just takes a little bit of time.
What was the problem with Daniel Talia?
I had a bit of a foot, sort of a mid-foot sprain, which they came off and they treated it. He was able to continue on, but we'll assess him during the week, and hopefully it settles down pretty quickly.
They would have continued, but was he with it?
It was no doubt it was affecting him, but he was, from a medical viewpoint, he was cleared to play on.
So in terms of the equation, still is something in your favour, but
yep.
How do you deal with it to make sure it doesn't become a negative, that feeling like the walls are just coming in again?
I think we showed last week, and even tonight. I mean, in credit to the players, we were 16 points down at three-quarter time in a game which we defended pretty stoutly against a wave of inside 50s, and we gave ourselves an opportunity. Now we got overrun in the last quarter by a very good footy team, but there's still some signs in there, and we look forward to next week.
Externally, Don, people are going to say you made the grand final last year and you now find yourselves potentially out of the finals race. It looks that way. How do you judge the season now after 16 rounds?
Well, I mean, for us, we sit where we sit. I mean, the ladder tends to be a reflection of how you've played, and we sit at 7 and 8, and we're in a battle for trying to play finals. Generally, you get what you get, and that's how I reflect on it.
What do you think of the second term? What do you think began to unravel against you in the second?
I thought.
Those inside 50s.
Yeah, I thought they elevated their, and we've always, and last time we played Richmond, we always value the contested possession number, and we got beaten badly around the contest in the second quarter, and that gave away field position to them. And we know the sort of side they are, is that with field position and with their ability to push hard forward and outnumber you, forward of the ball, that's going to put enormous pressure on your backs, and that's what happened.
What's the early read on Richard Douglas?
Sorry, mate?
What's the early read on Richard Douglas?
He got a little bit. He rolled his ankle just towards the end. They brought him off and they strapped him and had a look at it, and it was decided, given where the state of the game was, it wasn't worth putting him back on there. So hopefully it's. I haven't seen him yet, but hopefully it's on the minor end. But we'll assess that and let people know.
How much does it shake your confidence or the confidence of the group being beaten again by Richmond at the MCG?
I think being beaten by Richmond is probably more important than beating the MCG, to be honest. I mean, we had a good win against them earlier in the year. We know they played really well here. That's their record. I just thought tonight they played far better than us, to be honest. So for us, we need to work out what what worked for us on the night, what we did really well, but other side of it is what areas do we need to keep working on and get back on the training track. And as I say, we get 6 days into Geelong. It's another great opportunity for us, to push forward in the season.
Do you feel there's enough working for you to actually build a base that gets you to September? Is there enough actually working on it?
I think there's enough there to work on. And again, the areas of our game that we value, we need to just be able to execute those consistently. And we played a really good footy team tonight. And the lesson probably is against the best teams, you just need to be able to sustain it for longer and take your opportunities where they come. And we had a number of missed opportunities ahead of the ball, which just, again, they become not so much game changers, but they help you swing a little bit of momentum and build a little bit of confidence. And we missed some clear either targets or fumbled balls or missed opportunities, which just, then it sweeps down the other end. And next minute you find yourself, those sort of classic 12-point plays that can just impact you. So we've got to stay positive. We've got to keep the faith in terms of what we're doing. We know we're on the right path. It's just a matter of it turns. And it turned for us last week. This week not so much, but we'll keep pushing on.
I'm mindful you're obviously focused on tonight, but just a broader one that'll obviously gain momentum now. Rory had 31 touches tonight. Are you increasingly concerned that, given he hasn't recommitted to the club yet, that he could come back perhaps to Victoria?
No, I'm not concerned.
Last one, guys.
Taylor Walker last week really lifted your captain's game.
Yep.
Tonight he kicks that booming goal in the third quarter. Otherwise, pretty quiet from him. Is too much being left to the you talk about forward of the ball.
Yeah.
Is too much being left to him?
Well, I don't know if too much is necessarily being left to him, but I think he's a really important player for us down there. But I think if you looked across tonight as an example, as compared to last week, we would look at our contribution from all of our players and playing their role. And I think overall tonight we were beaten in a number of positions, and we just didn't have guys contribute in the way they need to contribute. So this is the ultimate team game, Aussie rules. You just don't you can't ride the wave of one or two players, and you need your leaders to stand up and play really well. But if you look at the weighted numbers of contributions from players, Richmond were far stronger in that space and would have had all their guys would have their hand up saying they played a really solid game. Whereas unfortunately we can't say that about ourselves tonight, and that's our responsibility to contribute when we need to and play a role, which is what makes us a good team.